Podcast 23, Coaching in the Moment.
Awaken the leader inside. Follow the path of leadership. Never give up. Never stop trying. Get up. Believe in yourself. Not every day is going to be easy, but you got to challenge yourself. You need courage. Be ready. Stop waiting for it to happen. Go make it happen. Harness the power within. You were destined to be a leader. Follow the path of leadership. Awaken the leader inside.
Podcast 23, Coaching in the Moment.
Hey guys, welcome back to another podcast. My name's David Rubalcava, and I'm your host here at Awaken the Leader Inside. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. And if this is your first time tuning in, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this episode. I do want to let you guys know I'm so excited that we are now on iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher. We are expanding, so I mean, it's pretty amazing, right? So make sure that you guys subscribe, and if you can, I appreciate if you'd write a review for me. That'll definitely help in rankings. But hey, I just want to start off the show before we get into too deep into the show, give some recognition. So I do want to give a shout out to Mike Rojas out there, buddy. I just want to tell you thank you. I appreciate everything that you've done for giving me feedback, and sometimes, I bounce ideas off of you, and I really appreciate that you've been there from the beginning. And now, as the show is growing and expanding, I just want to tell you thank you. I appreciate everything that you've done and every ounce of advice that you've given me, even though sometimes I probably didn't want to hear it. I appreciate it. And then I also wanted to give some shout out to Kirkland, Washington. So, I was actually pretty amazed. I looked at some of my statistics the other day, and, I'm always curious about where the audience is. And man, you guys are the number one city in the entire, we've expanded worldwide. You are the number one city of downloads and plays. It's amazing. So I don't know how I ended up getting an audience out there, but thank you guys. You guys rock. You guys make it happen for me, man. And it was really cool to see constant downloads and plays from Kirkland, Washington. So I appreciate that, you guys. And so, hey, we're going to make it kind of short today. I kind of want to just to get back into the saddle. So for many of you guys, if you didn't know, I've had knee surgery, and honestly, the recovery has not gone well. It should have been a few days, and I'm already going on my second week now in recovery, and I'm still struggling right now. So I'm struggling through physical therapy. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because as I was thinking about ideas, I was really having a hard time, you guys, the last couple of weeks. Just imagine this, being stuck on the couch. I can't do anything. I can't stand. I can't record podcasts. I mean, I couldn't do anything for myself. And, thank God for my in-laws. You guys are amazing. You guys have been here and helped me the last couple of weeks with helping me. But, I started thinking about how hard and how challenging this has been the last few weeks, where it actually pushed me to my breaking point. And you're like, David, what do you mean? I'm serious. When everything has been taken from you, including your own mobility, it can be very, very discouraging, very disheartening of how it affects and how it impacts you. And I realized as I was struggling with this, I saw so many parallels between, dealing with this injury and recovering, and also recovering as a leader. And I don't think we spend a lot of time about it. I don't think we really talk about it. But being a leader is very difficult and very challenging. And quite often behind closed doors, there's a lot of recovering that's happening where you're having to, talk to yourself and coach yourself and try to figure out, like, man, how do I get past this hurdle? Or, man, I suck at life right now. What's going on? And there's so many moments behind the scenes that we struggle to even get our arms around what's happening to us as a leader. And in all honesty, that's been happening to me from an injury. And I was kind of stunned when I kind of put the two together. I'm like, man, this is what I actually go through on a leadership level too, except, I can walk, I can do things for myself. So when I took that away, man, it was like one of the darkest places I've been in a while, since probably my first or second year as a leader, where I felt so helpless and so frustrated. and so negative because things weren't happening the way that I wanted them to be. And that, I mean, with me, I mean, it's the recovery and physical therapy. It just wasn't happening the way that I expected it to or anticipated it to. And all these setbacks continue to happen every single day to the point where I felt like it was starting to break me down. I mean, it was breaking me down. So what does all of that mean? What I'm trying to say is that in life, these things and these hurdles are going to hit, and they're going to hit us hard, and they're going to knock our legs out from underneath us. And sometimes we're going to be sitting there trying to figure out what the heck happened and how do I get past this. But you know what? That happens as a leader. And for those of you that have been around for a while, and those leaders that have endured those hardships, you understand this. And so when you engage in it and you say, okay, I'm going to have to hit the reset button, or I'm going to have to do some hard analyzing of myself right now and be objective, it's become second nature. But for those of you that are new to leadership, it's like the most painful, discouraging thing you'll ever experience. And I know in a lot of the podcasts I've talked about this, but now, I mean, I got to relive it again, and I realized it's no different. It's no different when you look at superstars like Kobe Bryant that had ACL. He had all these injuries. I mean, I'm going through that kind of stuff, and I'm like, man, I don't know how the heck he did that. Well, it was easy. He chose to. He chose to not give up and keep fighting, and failure was not an option. And as leaders, we do the same things, except there's no bright lights, there's no cameras, there's none of this stuff to keep us pushing forward and staying motivated. It's something that has to happen within us. So I realized as this stuff was happening to me that there was two leadership values that were starting to come back into play with me right now. And one of them was rigor. Like, I am exhausted. I am not sleeping. I'm dealing with pain on a day-to-day, hourly to hourly basis. And I still have a family. I have to not allow these things to stop me from being a father, and stop me from being a husband, and stop me from being a friend, and most of all, stop me from being here. Because I'm going to tell you, I did not want to get back into the saddle. I mean, I had to coach myself in the moment. You were going to get back on that microphone and you're going to share what's happening to you right now. And I'm like, I don't want to. I don't want to do that because I'm vulnerable right now. Well, guess what? So what? All of us go through that. All of us go through that on leadership levels. We are vulnerable, we get hit, we get knocked down, and now it's time to stand back up. And so, like I said, I wanted to keep this very short, and I wanted to leave you guys with something. Coaching through those moments are going to be some of the most powerful things that you'll leave in your legacy, not only for yourself, but for your teams. But it's going to start with yourself. And I want you to remember pain, whether it's physical or the pain that we experience as leaders, because we do, we just don't talk about it, is only temporary. You gotta stay in the moment. Gotta stay in the moment to hold yourself accountable to high standards. Hold yourself accountable to hold on to your rigor and keep pushing through those moments. Because sooner or later, you're gonna look back and you're going to go like, how in the heck did I get through that? But the point is, you did. And now you have a team that can use that as a reference, that can look back and go like, man, if David can get through that, I can get through that. So I thought it was really important for me today to get back on the airwaves, to get back and share that I am struggling right now. I really am. But you know what? It's times like these that have changed my career, that have changed my life, because I didn't back down. And I don't think I'm going to do it anytime soon either. But it takes courage. So I want to tell you guys, stay in the moment Coach yourself in those moments to believe in something bigger. Don't think about the pain. Don't think about the hurt. Think about what's on the other side of that pain and that hurt is success. Keep going. Keep going. I believe in you. Let's make it happen.
Stay tuned for the next podcast. Always remember, awaken the leader inside.